Hi, Cancerians. Welcome to your reading for the week beginning the 16th of June 2025. The energy that's come up around this reading is of making decisions and making decisions using your intuition. The Two of Swords, she's wearing a blindfold, and it's about really listening to your heart and what feels right. Sometimes, we can't be informed just by our thoughts. It's about if there's a feeling that, oh, this doesn't quite feel right, then it's not the right decision or not the right time. Whereas if you think about something and you feel like, oh, this feels exciting or positive, then that's the right way forward. So really, it is a time of making decisions, and let's have a look and see what those decisions are about. You're being asked, what is it that you really want? And you might have a lot of ideas, but this is where that Two of Swords energy comes in. What feels like the right path forward? And what doesn't feel right? The devil is fear. Fear, yes, it comes up when we're making a decision, even if it is the right path. But if it's really feeling like a block, look at your thoughts around it and look at your potential and the timing of it. This is also talking about, for those of you who may have met someone, if you're single, if something doesn't feel right, it's probably not right. And there are basically plenty of other fish in the sea. So it's following that feeling of peace and being around people who are light, who are the kind of people that you want to have in your life, and who are these long-term friendships, because justice is talking about who at the end of your life you would want to have in your life and who you wouldn't. And they're indicating that it's people who come from unconditional love and kindness. Some of you will be going through endings and new beginnings, and this could be around work and career. You have a lot of skill and knowledge, and you're being asked to move into situations or jobs or opportunities that are positive for you and that bring about this financial stability. The Nine of Cups is about financial stability, and it's about working towards that. Again, they're saying, when is the right time to act? You may feel, when you feel that passion and this is right, it's the time to act, but it may not quite be here yet. So listen to yourself, your own truth and honesty and integrity to yourself. And this again is about choices. So this whole reading seems to be very much the theme of making choices. There is something new on your path. The Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands coming up together is very positive around opportunities and work and career and following your path. And it's divine guidance, because this is the card of the spirit guide. So listening to that divine guidance. And there seems to be something new coming in the very near future. Again, the Wheel of Fortune next to the Ace of Pentacles indicates financial success. And the Six of Wands is also about success. One step on the path to do with success, but that you're going in this upward spiral. You do have three aces here. So, yeah, you may be going through a little bit of a time of indecision, but in the very short term, you seem to make these decisions that are extremely positive if you listen to that sense. This is also talking about what opportunities bring a sense of peace. That feels right. Or, where you've got the churning and the, oh, I'm not sure, it's really not the right decision or the time. This is the line of karma, and the sun is the card of luck and positive things happening to you. Even when we go through times of boredom or hard work, it's like you're having luck shining on you. And you do have this sense of authority. The Emperor is being a leader. And this is about you being a leader in some way. You could be a leader on the world stage even, but also being your own authority to do with what is going on in the world. You create your own world. And this is what your guides are leading you towards. They're encouraging you and supporting you in that knowledge. Balance is key. And this is my card of meditation. I'm a big believer in meditation and manifestation and affirmations and things like that. They're asking you to balance your life to do with the physical body, the emotional body, the mental body, and the spiritual body. They're emphasizing the spiritual body here, and that overcomes old patterns and programs to do with fear and to do with stepping into new opportunities that could be long term, especially over for the next 2 years. And this is manifestation. The world is your oyster. What do you want to create? And stepping past the fear. There's ways of doing that. I've only been doing this YouTube channel for maybe 3-4 weeks. And I, knew that I was meant to be doing it, but fear came up for me. So I did some fear meditations, releasing old fears and old patterns and programs to do with fear, and that really helped. The emotional lesson is that you want peace. And what do you want over the next 3 to 5 years? Focusing on what you want rather than what you don't want. Yes, we've all had disappointments in the past, and we've had people who've been difficult or haven't ended up being supportive or whatever, but it's about picking yourself up and finding your soul group, finding the ones who you feel joyful with in your life, and moving away from people who may have been manipulative at times. But this is sudden things occurring to do with your wishes and hopes and dreams, that you do have luck with you. This is really talking about you being owed a wish or a hope or a dream, and that you can bring this in. The card of the Magician is the card of the starseed. And so you do have a lot of Cancerians are incredibly empathic. You do have a role here to do with helping people and helping the world or helping animals or the earth. So this is thinking about what you can do to make your mark on your reality to do with your work and career, and what you would really like to leave. What legacy is it that you have at the end of your life? What do you want to have done? Yeah, it looks like you have some sort of big opportunity coming in, but this would mean you have to do it along with something else for a period of time, and they may be competing energies. Make sure to rest, make sure to create that space so that you can recuperate, not to push yourself too much. And keeping these goals to do with, seeing a goal, reaching that goal, seeing the next goal, not overthinking everything and having it all feel like it's too much of a burden. This is analysis, working out what your strategy is to bring these things in. Again, around work and career, and also family, organising. If you have children, organising it so that you can spend time with family, or even if you don't have children, spending time with those you love, and balancing that with work. The Emperor is about getting everything back to basics and routine and structure in your life, and you might be, clearing your space at home, making sure that clearing out cupboards, getting rid of things so that everything's in its place, and you feel prepared to bring in these new opportunities that are very obviously coming up here. So the Page of Cups is a golden opportunity. The Page of Swords is an opportunity often to do with modern forms of communication, like the internet or other forms of communication. And this is groups, the Knight of Pentacles, and meetings and members. This is the card of the soul group. So members of your soul group coming in, other starseeds, people on your level. And this is your reputation growing. Your reputation growing to do with you being honest and keeping your integrity. And some sort of change to do with your work, to do with home. So eventually, I'm not saying straight away because it is showing you juggling situations, but eventually there could be this shift or change, and it could be extremely positive. It's a matter of not losing faith. It's a matter of not beating yourself up and thinking you're not good enough. The Tower is about self-confidence and self-esteem, not falling into that trap of not thinking that you can't succeed or thinking that you can't succeed. This is saying you can succeed. It's about putting yourself first and making yourself happy, having boundaries so that you can achieve this. So there's great victory. Ace of Swords is great victory over the difficulties that you may have faced in the past, and it is through listening to your own truth and having your own passion be revealed to you. There are people here coming up to help you, and this is also around love and someone who may be your divine counterpart, but they're not quite ready yet, or they're possibly in another relationship and that will end, and then they come into your life. I'm not saying this is for everyone, but this is talking about the long-term future and those of you who are single or looking for love. It's time to move away from anyone who is trying to manipulate you or tell you what they want you to do. This is fighting a war that doesn't exist. So it's about you, again, listening to your own truth, being honest with yourself. These are final tests for you, and it will be revealed in the long term about how if you take that step of listening to yourself and trusting in yourself and overcoming any issues to do with self-confidence and self-esteem, then you bring these things in. So it's extremely positive. These are just, issues that come up for people when they make changes. So we'll look and see what your star family have to say. Loosen your grip. Coping mechanisms, density, addiction, let God in. This is more addiction to old thoughts and old ways of being and clearing those. And also, sometimes we can be addicted to situations and, have friendships or people around us who aren't always the most positive in our life. So it's about moving away from anything like that. These are the Abraham Hicks cards to do with manifestation. Life is always in motion, so I cannot be stuck. So true. Yeah, sometimes people think that they're stuck and nothing ever changes, but they're stuck because they think nothing ever changes and they don't make a change to the way they're thinking. And we all do this at different times. So it's about not thinking that, we don't have a choice and that's all there is. It's about changing that way of thinking. Unfurl the wings of forgiveness. Oh, that's interesting. I was listening to someone today talking about how we need to forgive even the big players who may have done some things that weren't too good in the world. And it is all about us finding that higher path. And if we don't forgive, then we're stuck in the past. So it's about, forgiveness is about the person who's doing the forgiving. It's not about the person that we're forgiving. So it is about clearing those ties to the people who may have harmed us in some way, But realizing that when we forgive and when we release, we fly much higher. I feel like a lot of this is in your past already, Cancerians. We're just being reminded. Things are coming back in very quickly, and it's like these old cycling thoughts just to be released for the final time. That's what judgment is, final tests. And they're saying that you totally overcome this, and that you're very aware of it, actually. Yeah, this is past as well. Storm, chaos, anger, turbulence. In difficult and turbulent times, remember this too shall pass. So you're releasing it all. It's just coming up to be released. And I felt the moon is very significant, even though the moon is the card of Pisces. I feel like Cancerians really resonate with the moon, and we have a full moon on the 11th. So this is about phases, femininity, emotion. Be fluid in your feminine energy as you face the different phases in life. So it's all about transformation at the moment, being kind to yourself, looking after yourself, and realizing that you have this much greater path. You have been through the things that you've been through so that you can help others and you can help the earth. So, yeah. Thank you so much for being here, Cancerians, and have a lovely, peaceful week. I shall see you next week, and yeah, God bless.